there's example one. I'm going to write these 6 things on the board. I will not give these to you on your test. You'll have to know these already. The 6 things that will be important for this graph is going to be your amplitude, your axis, your period, your action points, your phase shift, and we're going to say sign starts at. Okay. And I would like 6 people to be brave. My first brave person is one of my basketball star, Nicole. Yes, it is. So what I want you to do is to look at this. I want you to pick one number and tell me what piece of information is there. We'll start with the 3 then. What does the 3 in front of the sign mean? Yeah, it's going to be 3. Yeah. So again, that's just going to be your amplitude. Another brave soul called Jenna. Be brave. What's the axis in this case going to be? So again, we're just reading these from the equation, right? Jared, what's the period going to be? 360 divided by 2. So just to make sure we know where he gets that from. That's going to be 360 divided by the number after sign. Nate, what are my action points, please?
90 divided by 2.
Yeah, 9 divided by 2 equals 45. Okay. Jake, what are my phase shift, please? Yeah. Now I'm going to get you to put here in what direction? 45 in which direction? 45 right. This is again where it's backwards. Negative means you're going to the right, positive means you're going to the left. And now for the most difficult question of all, Devin. Where does the graph of sine start at? Starts at 0, which I'm going to call your axis. Okay, now in this case, it's not going to be 0, right? Because your axis is 1. It's going to start at 1. But in general, sine starts at 0. Please ask them any questions on this. Of course, you got 2 days of in-class work on this, so this should be totally reviewed for everybody, right? If you totally have 2 days and you know, on night, you spent hours at night studying this, right? Totally. There we go. Let's go to the graph here now. Okay. So here's the graph. I'd like you to use graph paper, please, for this. Okay. On your, as I said, you know how I love graphs. This will be on your next test, one of these graphs. It will also be on your final exam. I want you to get, again, I will go through before the exam all the types of graphs, but I want you to be able to do them all. I should also mention, before the final exam, I'll give you guys a final question over the holidays. Okay? If you have nothing to do over the holidays, except for go to hockey tournaments and open up Christmas presents, you can have lots and lots of math questions. It wouldn't hurt. Okay. Am I collecting it? No. Do you want to do on this course? Yes. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so I'm going to draw this right here. We're going to do this in painstaking order. All right? We're going to follow the same method every time we're doing this. Again, you can do this differently if you want. If you're watching this on home from another high school, but if you're in Mr. Sadler's class, you have to do it this way. Okay, so we're going to do the first thing first. We're going to do the axis number 1. That's the first thing we're going to put in our graph. Okay, so what I'm going to do for an axis is a little dotted line. Mine happens to be green, but you can do it whatever color you want, obviously. There's the lines going across something like this. Okay. So that's just going to be the middle of the graph. Okay, second is going to be my amplitude. Now this is the part, okay, give me 1 second to scribble that down. I'm going to actually hit pause on the video. Oops, maybe not. Yes, it needs to get. Okay, so if you're falling asleep, now's the time to wake up. The amplitude is 3. Can someone exceptionally brave tell me what the amplitude is going to give me? Joe, go ahead. Yeah, what is the max going to be for this graph then? How did you get that? 1 plus 3, okay. So what Joe said correctly was, again, you're going up 3 to 4. So right here, max. And again, as correctly mentioned here, your amplitude is up 3. So you're going to 4. Does everyone see that? Now, Jay, sorry, I don't want to pick on you today, but it's happening. What's my minimum working, please? -2. For the same reason, we're going down 3. So any questions about those? Please ask, folks. Okay. Yes, that's good. Okay, here comes number 3, which is my action points. Now again, this is Mr. Sadler's made-up thing. What an action point is going to be for us is just what every square is going to be on our graph up, right? So we're just going to count by 45. So instead of every square being 1, it's going to be 45. All right. So I'm just going to draw in here 45, and we got to get up to 360. One thing I have not mentioned yet, just run as I draw this. What is that, 4 or 5? One thing that I haven't mentioned yet is this number right here. That's the domain for this graph. That means I need to see your graph only drawn from 0 to 360. If you do more than that, that's fine. But if you stop at 180, there's a problem, right? If you stop at 220 or whatever, that's a problem. I need to see all the way from 0 to 360 on my graph. Okay, number 4 is going to be my phase shift. That's a shift of 45 degrees right. This is going to be sort of like this, and there's your starting point. Okay. So there's the starting point of the graph. So I'll give you a second to scribble. So we're counting by 45, so that's going to start at 45 instead of 0. Well, what we're saying is sine would normally start at 0. So instead of starting at 0, it's going to start at 45, right? So the first point here is going to be at 45 and 1. That's your starting point on your graph. Because then it's on your axis and it's 45 to the right. Now, it's taken a lot of time to get to this point. But this is where life is good. This is what makes your graph really easy. Can someone please inspire me? Either through from what you know from your notes or from what we learned today. What is the next point to the right going to be? Devin, go ahead. 90 and 4, very good. This is the action point. You just step over 1 and then go to the max. Does everyone see that? What is the next point to the right going to be, please? Sort of Devin. Yeah. Yeah, no, hopefully you said 135 and 1 because your axis was first, right? But yes, 135 and 1. Okay, Maddie, what is the next point to the right, please? Not careful. Not over and up, we're going to go down, over and down, but yes. Okay. Because then the pattern's got to go down like that. Cool. Be brave. Next point. That was 180 and -2 was that point. The next one's going to be.
I wasn't.
Somebody help her. Somebody help her. What's the next point going to be? 225 and 1. So again, the whole concept of these action points is that you're just going to step over 1 to the right and then go from max to middle to bottom. Yeah. Yes, you would. We'll get to that in a second. Thank you. Yes. The question was, do we also do 0 -2? Yes, we would. But let me do this part first. Connect the dots in a beautiful curve. Isn't that just making you happy? Oh boy. When you guys go home tonight, show your parents that graph. They'll just be impressed. You don't think so?
Well, you don't buy it. I'm not sure that's my mother's day at lunch. I'll pick her up.
Okay, now, so Devin made up a good point. He said, Mr. Sadler, that graph only goes from 45 to 360. He's correct. That is incorrect, this graph. Someone other than Devin, what's the next point to the left going to be? Garnet, go ahead. Yeah, -2 and 0. The pattern just continues, right? So we have to go 0, -2, you're right. Thank you. 0, -2. All right. Now again, if you want to do more points, that's fine. I need to see at least from 0 to 360. All right, can I get, sorry? No, it depends on what I give the domain there, right? You know what I mean? So if I give you from, like, because generally in the next lesson, we'll be getting on to making equations and all that stuff, right? And it'll be like Spider-Man spins on a web, right, with a period of 6 seconds. Well, 0 to 360, that would take up, 25 notebooks trying to graph that, right? So, okay, can I get someone to be brave, domain and range? Jared, you're like the last victim for the day. Jared, domain and range, please, go ahead. Good. Range is from -2 to 4. Yes. Yes. Because we're talking about theta in this question, right? That's your input. So your input theta, so that's going along with that. Yeah, for here, I mean, yes. Okay, I'm going to pause it there. Oh, good. That's what I keep going to my attendance. Maybe I won't pause it because I can't find my notes.